Hello, this is Jackson Zhang and welcome to my knots and lashings video. So we're going to start off with knots, and our first knot is going to be the square knot. So for square knot, you want to have right over left, flip it, left over right, and then tighten it. You should get this. Very simple. Next is going to be 2 half hitch, and for this you want to make a loop on one end. This is going to be the shorter rope and this is the long rope. And what you want to do is, with the shorter rope, go into the loop one time. And then with the longer rope right here, you want to have the shorter rope go under it on the outside and then back into this hole that you just made. And then tighten everything. For your end result, you should get this as 2 half hitch, and the bottom is going to look like this. It's also adjustable, so. The next knot we're going to do is Taut-Line, and Taut-Line is really similar to 2 half hitch. So for Taut-Line, you also want to make a loop. Again, this is the shorter rope, and this time, instead of this line over here being on top, you want to make sure it's on the bottom. So it's going to look something like this. And then you want to go into the hole 2 times now. You should get this. And then on the outside, again go under, and this hole you made, put it in and tighten. At the end, you should get this as a result. The next knot is going to be the bowline. And for the bowline, you want to start by making the letter B. And make sure when you're making the B, the upper curve is on top, not on bottom. And also, try to paint the picture of this end right here being a tree, and this right here being a hole. And on the other end of the rope, this should be the bunny. And in order to make the bowline, what you want to do is have the bunny go into the hole, and then around the tree, and then back into the hole. So it goes back. And then to tighten it, what you want to do is pull on the bunny and the tree at the same time. As a result, you get bowline. Next knot is going to be the sheet bend. And in order to make the sheet bend, one end of the rope has to be a hoop. And on the other end, you put the rope under it, around the hoop. So it looks like this. And then you see this curve you made up here? You want to go back into this curve. So go in and then tighten. You should get this as sheet bend. Looks similar to bowline, but not really, because it has a large loop. The next knot is going to be the clove hitch. For the clove hitch, you want to use it mostly on a pole. And in order to make the clove hitch, put it over, make a X like this. I crossed around it, and then in the middle of an X, think of putting a line through the X, so just put it under it. Put it through the X and tighten it. That's how you make a clove hitch. And the last one is going to be timber hitch. And to make this, all you do is wrap around a log or a pole and then latch onto one end and flip it, and then all you do is keep rolling it until you have no more rope, and then tighten by pulling. Oh, fell off. But yeah, this is how you make a timber hitch. Really simple. Now for the lashings, I'm going to start with the round lashing. And to make this, it's really simple. You need two poles parallel to each other, and what you do is you tie a clove hitch here, or on one end. You can also have the round lashing like split sort of, but what you do is tie a clove hitch on one end. I'll tie this. And then there's a process called frapping, and what it is you just continuously throw the rope over and under. And for round lashing, it's really simple because all you have to do is continue frapping until you have no more rope. Usually you want to make it tighter, but for the video's sake, I'll make it faster. And then after you run out of rope or you hit the end, what you want to do is tie another clove hitch to end the rope. And you usually don't want this much rope remaining, but the rope is a lot bigger than the poles. And this is a basic round lashing. For the next lashing, I'm going to make the square lashing. For square lashing, it should look like a plus, so poles are like this. And to start the square lashing, you tie a clove hitch on one end or one pole. Then you want to have the process of going up and down, so go up and then under the second pole, and then up on the first pole, and then down on the second pole. And usually when you go up again, you want to try to go you want to try to go closer, so wrap it like inside. It makes the lashing a lot more tighter, because if you put it on the outside, it's a lot weaker. So you want to try to push the pattern inside and then go up, down, and do this process for like three or four times. If you have a really long rope, do 4 times. And then after this, what you want to do is tie a clove hitch, or you want to go around actually. You want to go around the square lashing now, because you made the top and bottom bow like stick together, but now you gotta control the sides. So what you want to do is wrap around the sides, so like here. Now just keep wrapping. You want to do this like 3 or 2 times, not too much. And then to finish it off, what you do is clove hitch, frap, and then clove hitch again. Clove hitch, frap, clove hitch. So it should look like this. Next, we're going to tie the diagonal lashing. And for the diagonal lashing, it should look something like an X. So to start the diagonal lashing, what you want to do is tie a timber hitch, because the timber hitch is very flexible, and so should the diagonal lashing. Tie it, basically like wrapping it around. Okay. Okay, so now that we have the timber hitch, what you want to do is think of like a perpendicular pattern. That means like going up and down. So first what you want to do is have it, you see the X? What you want to do is have it like go around here. It's like make it perpendicular. So first make it across, like on top of and below. And you generally want to do this like 3 times is really good. And then now that you made it up and down, you want to make it, around the X. Now that you made like a perpendicular thing, now you want to have it going over and under it. You want to do this around like 2 times. So put this in here. Oh, and over this, and then under this, and then over this, and then under this. Do this 2 times. If you have a lot of rope, do it 3 times. And then to end it off, you want to do clove hitch again, frap, clove hitch. But I don't think I'm have enough rope to even do a clove hitch. Yeah, but you want to end it off with clove hitch, frap, and clove hitch. That should be your diagonal, like this. Now your next lashing is going to be the shear lashing. And what a shear lashing is basically like a flexible round lashing. So to start the shear lashing, what you want to do is tie a clove hitch on one of the lashings, or one of the poles. So I'll tie a clove hitch. Like this. Generally, you want to put it a little bit high up. And now, what you want to do is wrap the two lashings or poles together. So, you want to do this for 8 to 10 times. 6, 7, 8. And after you finish it, you want to do it vertically. So now you have it go under and to the top like this. Oh, the rope is way too big. But you want to do this vertically about like 2 to 3 times. And then after this, you want to do a clove hitch and then frap and clove hitch if you have a lot of rope. But I think this rope is too big for the pole. And what the shear lashing is used for, it's mainly like a bipod to like two poles that can stand up. And the last lashing I'm going to show you is the tripod. The tripod is basically a more stable shear lashing. And since I don't have a third stick, I'll be using a chopstick. So for the tripod, you want to start like the shear lashing. Start with a clove hitch. Tie it like close to the top. Okay. Okay. Now, there's a pattern called the figure 8, and it is what it sounds like. You basically go in an 8 motion. So what you do is create a 8 pattern, and from the top this is what it looks like an 8. Not really an 8, like an 8 with one more hole. And you want to do this for about 3 to 4 times. And then after you do an 8, you have to do it vertically. So you want to do this about 2 times. That's one of the sides. Now you do this side. There we go. And then if you have a lot of rope left, what you want to do is, again, you always want to end with clove hitch, frap, clove hitch. And while tying a tripod, you want to make sure the figure 8 and everything is mostly near the top, because you don't really want it on the bottom because it won't really balance, or it's kind of hard actually. So you want to make it on the top. But I'll finish Clove Hitch and frap. Wrap. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and I know this chopstick is too long compared to all of it, all the pulls, but it should stand up. This chopstick is too thin. Yeah, the chopstick is too thin. Oh, actually it works. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh shit. Yeah, this is the tripod. And that's all the knots and lashings in Boy Scouts. The main ones that are important actually for campery. And thank you for watching this very long video. And have a great day.